I am so thrilled to be working with each and every one of you. We do have quite a bit of information to get through today. I'm going to try to give you the upper level, the high level highlights. And then of course I will answer any and all questions that you have as well. In regard to an agenda for this particular live training, I'm going to share an overview of our food cycle through the Faster Way to Fat Loss. I'm also going to introduce you to our Faster Way to Fat Loss certified coaches who you will see on this page in addition to our smaller accountability group pages. I am going to share just a little bit of workout information with you. I'm going to give you some reminders and my expectations for you as we go through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. And finally, I am going to answer any and all questions that you may have. I'll be on this page later today to answer questions. I will be on your small accountability group pages to answer questions too. I do want to kind of set the expectation with you that prep week can be just a little bit overwhelming. If you are brand new to the Fast Way to Fat Loss, this is your very first round, it can kind of feel like information overload. And to be honest with you, I fire hose you with information. So breathe a sigh of relief. We're going to do an entire week of prep. I am here for you. My returning clients are here for you to support and answer questions. My certified coaches are going to be encouraging you as we go. Also, I do have Brandon here with me because he's going to look through a lot of the questions as we go through this live training and kind of field some of those questions or tell them to me. I also have certified coaches who are going to be answering your questions as we go as well. Again, if you're just now joining, go ahead and leave a comment right here on this thread. Tell me your one main goal through the next 6 weeks of the Fast Way to Fat Loss. We're going to look at one main goal that you have, and I cannot wait to read some of those. All right, Lindsay Rogers says, really stick to my nutrition and view this as a long-term lifestyle and lose some jiggle too. I love it. Lindsay Rogers, you're in the right place. Nancy, second round for me, feeling empowered to make this my lifestyle, want to lose more inches in tone. Woohoo! In the right place, my friend. May would like to gain lean muscle. We are absolutely going to gain lean muscle. Victoria would like to gain confidence. I love that. I was literally just chatting with a client this morning who has lost 25 pounds in one round of the Fast Way to Fat Loss. She is so confident. She's posting photos of herself online again. She's enjoying more time with her kiddos. It's just so great. Kara says, I want to lose fat and get a great stomach. Love it. Good for you. All right, Jenny, this is my second round. My main goal is to see greater tone in my muscles and lean out. Woohoo! All right, Sunny would like to improve my nutrition even more in the second round. I love all these returning clients, and we do have a special packet that we're working on for you if you're a returning client. It's like your macro gangsta packet. So we're going to give that to anyone who is a second-time client just to give you a little bit of information about how to really maximize your second round with the Fast Way to Fat Loss. All right, Lindsay Phillips, my main goal is to learn a healthier lifestyle that I can manage long term. You guys are in the right place. I am so excited. Again, we're going to have a fantastic time. The fact of the matter is the Faster Way to Fat Loss is the best program on the market. It is the most effective lifestyle for you. It will solve your problems. It's going to be a little challenging though. And again, you might feel kind of overwhelmed as we go through prep week. Totally normal. Lean on me, lean on my coaches, lean on my returning clients. Anyone who's on this thread right now who is a returning client can tell you that, hey, this program works, but it does take just a few weeks to get into a groove, get into a rhythm. All right, I do want to just share with you that, listen, our goal through this program is to create a healthy lifestyle and effectively burn fat using cutting edge strategies. I want to equip and empower you to prevent disease and frankly, to fulfill your purpose with the energy I know you should have. Our focus through prep week, so this particular week, the focus is progress, not perfection. In fact, you'll hear me say that quite a few times as we go through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. I want you to focus on progress. If I can help you feel progress and passion toward your health and wellness goals long term, then my job has been satisfied. I am fulfilled. If I'm able to help you feel progress on a consistent basis and passion toward your goals, we're not going to be perfect this first week. Don't feel the necessity to post on our page later today and say, oh my gosh, I've already failed. I had Diet Coke later today. Or, oh my gosh, I just couldn't help myself. I put a ton of creamer in my coffee. Or, oh my goodness, I didn't quite get all the reps and sets done for the sample prep week workout plan. there is no reason to post about any sort of failures later today, later this week, or through week one. Our goal is progress. We're learning the strategies this week. We're going to make small changes. And again, you're going to see incredible results. The fat's just going to start melting off. This program is unlike anything you've ever tried. These strategies are very new, very cutting edge, and extremely highly effective. So trust the process and focus on progress over perfection. Stay positive. Research shows that women who stay positive will have a much better success rate long-term with any sort of wellness change or lifestyle program. Your one and only task today is to join your small Facebook accountability page. We're going to be emailing you later today with a link for your small group. Right now, you're in a big group. I love the big group. We're having so much fun. We're getting to know each other. We're asking a few questions. We're frankly being inspired and energized just hearing the stories. But I am going to have you in a smaller accountability group just because I don't want you to get lost in the shuffle. I don't want you to kind of fall between the cracks because the group is too big. So we are very strategic about saying, hey, we're actually going to break it down to smaller groups, and you're going to have 2 certified coaches and myself who's on that page answering questions and supporting you on that particular small group. So look for an email later today with your small accountability group. I can't wait to get you into that group. It'll be great to have you in there with those other certified coaches as well. So that's your one and only task today. You're going to join that small accountability group. Go ahead and introduce yourself on that group. I know many of you have introduced yourself on this big group, so feel free to even just copy paste that intro. You can add it to the thread in the new group. That's totally fine as well. And I'll share a few of your other big priorities as we go through the week. One important note is, listen, we have a portal. We have a portal. I want to be sure that you access that portal. Make your way to the portal. Save it on your phone as kind of that app icon, the Fast Way to Fat Loss, right there on your phone, your mobile device. That's going to be an important priority for you this week. I've had people that go through 6 weeks of my program and they follow the cookbook or they follow the success planner and they're like, Amanda, I lost 25 pounds. I wish that your program had workouts. I'm like, what are you talking about? You aren't looking at the, they're like, no, I was, I'm like, did you access the portal? They're like, oh, there's a portal. Yes, there's a portal. And I want you to use that portal each and every day. The portal's really important. Again, all the workouts are on there. You'll know exactly where we're at with the food cycle. So download that portal today, save it to your phone. We're going to get you all set with the workouts and the food cycle on there as well. All right, I am going to share the 5 elements that I've incorporated into the Fast Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective and to make it the best program on the market. It's taken me 10 years. It's taken me a decade to develop this program. But here's one of the main reasons it's so effective. We eat the right macronutrients at the right time for the right reasons. Here's what I'm referencing here. I'm referencing intermittent fasting. The core, the basis of the Faster Way to Fat Loss is that we do practice intermittent fasting on a daily basis. We do what's called the 16-8 protocol. Now, there are actually several different ways to implement intermittent fasting. You can do a fast every other day, basically a 24-hour fast every other day. You can do a 24-hour fast every few days. I used to do it where we would actually incorporate a 24-hour fast every 5th day. We no longer do that. You can do a 24 protocol where you do 20 hours of fasting, 4 hours of feeding. What we've established with the Faster Way to Fat Loss is the very best situation for you is to do a 16-8 protocol. We are going to fast for 16 hours a day. We are going to feed, or we're going to eat for 8 hours a day. Here's what that will look like for most of you. Again, with this in mind, this element that makes the program highly effective, we're eating the right macros and nutrients at the right time for the right reasons. Most of you will break your fast or have that breakfast meal around noon. You will drink water, you will drink black coffee, you will drink herbal teas through the morning. You'll stay very energized, very focused. You will then break your fast around noon. I would break your fast with something that has lots of veggies, plant-based, whole food nutrition, veggies, good protein, good fats. I usually have a fairly substantial salad. You don't want something too heavy. Like, let's not go to Chipotle and have a huge burrito bowl, because then your body's going to be processing food and you're going to get real tired, because your body spends about 30% of of its energy through the day just digesting, processing food. Let's keep it, fairly light, lots of veggies, things that are easy to process for that break fast meal, that breakfast meal. You're going to then eat for the next 8 hours. And that might mean that you have one more meal, you have dinner with your family later. Maybe you have a couple snacks in there too. I don't do a lot of snacking. I think snacking's for babies. We're not babies. I do like big substantial meals. When it comes to snacks, I'm like, my snack is some meatloaf, it's some paleo meatloaf. It is some chicken with veggies. That is my snack, snack time. So anyway, we again, eat the right macros and nutrients at the right time for the right reasons. We are tracking macronutrients. This is a very new strategy for many of you. Intermittent fasting is a new strategy and it's kind of scary. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, Amanda, I'm going to pass out. If I don't eat until noon, I'm going to pass out. I'm sure of it. Well, here's the deal. We need to eat enough of the right macronutrients in order to fuel our day and to really thrive through our fasted period. We want to have enough carbohydrates, we want to have enough protein, and we want to have enough fats. We are going to track our carbohydrates, fats, and protein on the MyFitnessPal app. We're simply using it as a tool to track those macronutrients. If you have too many carbs, you're going to store those carbs as excess fat. If you have too much protein or too much fats, our body's just not going to function optimally. If you don't have enough carbohydrates, you're going to literally run yourselves out of hormones. If you don't have enough protein, you're not going to be able to develop lean calorie burning muscle, which will in turn improve or increase your metabolism. If you don't have enough fat, your body cannot function optimally. So we need to be sure that we're having enough, but not too much carbs, enough, but not too much proteins and fats. The second element that I incorporate into the Faster Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective is that we do lift heavy to develop lean calorie burning muscle. Now, when I say lift heavy, I know many of you are already really intimidated about the workouts because you've watched me on Instagram and you've seen, me kind of jumping around or doing different things with weights. Here's the deal. I'm going to meet you where you're at with the workouts. There's a beginner version, there's an at-home version, there's a gym version. But I want you to lift heavy at least 2 days a week if possible and practical for you. Because when we lift heavy, we're going to tear our muscles and we're going to be able to rebuild during recovery to increase our metabolism because now we have lean calorie burning muscle, which is absolutely key. The third element that we incorporate into the Faster Way to Fat Loss to make it highly effective is that we do engage in fasted cardio or metabolic training. Now, here's what I mean by that. Monday, Tuesday, we do low carb days, and there is like a major storm happening outside my window. So if you guys hear a lot of ruckus, that's what it is. I'm not bowling.
That's Florida.
No one is bowling. Yeah, it's like crazy. Third element, again, that we do to make the Fast Way to Fat Loss highly effective is we do engage in fasted cardio and metabolic training. Monday, Tuesday, we do high intensity interval training or Tabata. You'll see those two phrases, those two words, high intensity interval training and Tabata. That's where we're getting the heart rate up. And I give you circuits as a guideline. I want you to try these circuits with different moves, whether it's the beginner plan, at-home version, or gym version. But here's the deal. Your body doesn't care how you get your heart rate up and how you deplete your glycogen stores. Your body just cares that you do. So if you're like, listen, Amanda, I'm trying my best, but I just can't do these jumping exercises because I've had 3 babies, and let's be clear, mommy bladder is preventing me from doing a jump squat. Here's the deal. You can do an air squat where you're just simply stationary, or you can hop on the elliptical or the spin bike and get the same exact benefit without actually doing any jumping. So I'm going to give you workouts to do, 3 different options every single day. But if it's still not quite where you can get to, then I just want you to do something that gets the heart rate up. And we can talk about that on our small accountability group page, no big deal. The fourth element that we incorporate into the program to make it so highly effective, and this is really important, we do maintain the proper mindset. You must develop the proper mindset and disposition for success when you pursue ambitious wellness goals, period. As women, and I know you guys are going to agree with me on this, as women, we tend to count our defeats and our losses more than our wins. So again, on a regular basis, I added creamer to my coffee, or I didn't quite get all those reps and sets in, or shoot, I didn't get the sleep that I was hoping for, or man, I went over my carbs on low carb day. we're actually going to switch that mindset and we're going to start counting our wins. We're literally going to list a daily victory every single day. And then every Friday on our group pages, you're going to see me ask, hey, what was your very biggest win this week? What was your biggest win? Comment below with your biggest win so we can rejoice with you. We're going to talk through non-scale victories. We're going to talk through increased energy. We're going to talk through better sleep. We're going to talk through increased confidence. Wins, wins, wins are really the focus for us. We're going to stay positive. We're going to stay optimistic. And many of you guys, you're going to start feeling more progress and passion toward your goals than you have in years. And it's actually going to be uncomfortable for you because you're feeling so happy and successful that you're then like, oh my gosh, I'm like reaching my upper limit of happiness and success, to where I'm now going to start, trying to look at the negatives because I don't want, other people to be jealous or, we're going to work on mindset to the nth degree because I want you guys to feel very positive long-term and continue to feel happiness and confidence and energy and all of those things. The fifth element and the final element that we incorporate into the fast way to fat loss to make it highly effective, we do try our best to get enough sleep. We also rest, and we build a healthy gut flora so we can improve our gut health and burn fat effectively. Rest is a very important element of the fast way to fat loss. As women, we're going at 120 miles per hour each and every day, each and every week, each and every month. It's time for us to pull back a little bit when we are overstressed, because I don't want you to have chronically elevated levels of cortisol. Okay, if we are chronically stressed, chronically not sleeping enough, we're under eating, we're maintaining a deficit, we're over exercising, we're actually going to cause adrenal fatigue, we're going to cause hypothyroidism. That is the last thing that I want for you. Okay, we are going to prioritize rest. If you're coming to me and you say, Amanda, I've been training for a half marathon, I've been eating a 1,600 calorie diet, I've been going to Orange Theory, in addition to that, I've been doing CrossFit workouts and I'm still not seeing results. Here's why you're not seeing results. You have unfortunately caused a suboptimal thyroid function. You have caused adrenal fatigue. We're actually going to pull back. We're going to focus on strength training. We're going to focus on high intensity intervals. We're going to focus on rest and nutrition, and you're finally going to start seeing results. We don't need to be doing insane workouts 7 days a week. That will actually be detrimental to our health long term. When you think about it, under eating and over exercising long term, from a common sense perspective, something's going to break. And that something is your thyroid. That something is you're going to damage your metabolism, or you're going to have adrenal fatigue. So we do not want that. We want to pull it back a little bit. All right, I am going to share a quick rundown of our days on the food cycle, and then I will introduce you to our Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches. On Monday and Tuesday, we do a low carb macro day. On our low carb macro day, the goal, the focus is to consume less than 50 grams of net carbs. Net carbs are your total carbs minus your fiber equals net carbs. It's really, really important that you look at that MyFitnessPal tool, and I'm going to train you later this week in regard to how to use the MyFitnessPal tool. Look at that tool to calculate your macros. Very important that you maintain less than 50 grams of net carbs, and then we're going to have a fairly consistent amount of protein grams each and every day through the cycle. We're going to look at the MyFitnessPal recommendations for protein grams on any given day. It's going to be somewhere in the 85 grams to 100 grams range, most likely for most of you. We're going to have about 85 grams to 100 grams of protein on a low macro day, or whatever your recommendation is in MyFitnessPal. And then we're actually going to have fats fill in the rest. So on a low carb macro day, we're going to have high fat, moderate protein, and low carb. The goal here is that we deplete our glycogen stores so we can then burn fat or triglycerides for fuel. Most of you, many of us for years have eaten what we think is clean, but kind of just maintained a deficit. We've then gone to the gym, we've hopped on the elliptical, or maybe we've gone out for a run, but we don't really have a strategy. With this program, you're going to feel a strategy at work. You're going to say, hey, for the first time ever, I can literally feel the fat melting off my body on low carb days, because what we're doing is we are depleting glycogen, which is the first fuel source our body uses when we're in movement. After we deplete glycogen, which our body, so here's how glycogen works. When you have carbs, your body turns it into glucose, stores it as glycogen in your muscles. When you do physical activity, et cetera, your body's going to use glycogen. Most of us are just in a constant state of burning off sugar, burning off glycogen, but we're now going to deplete that glycogen with intermittent fasting, a low carb day, and high intensity interval training. And then we're going to be able to burn triglycerides or fat for fuel. How many of you guys are kind of excited about that? You're kind of excited to transition your body from being a sugar burner to a pro-fat burner. I think most of us would raise our hands. So again, low carb day, less than 50 grams of net carbs. It's going to be a high fat day, high fat, low carb, moderate protein day. We're going to do high intensity intervals as well. We'll deplete our glycogen stores so we can once and for all burn triglycerides or fat for fuel. Couple quick expectations. Very, very possible that you're going to have a little bit of a headache on a low carb macro day. Okay. Especially if you've come to me after years of eating processed foods or eating a lot of carbs, you're going to have a headache. You might have some detox symptoms. Be sure we're drinking a lot of water. Be sure that you are leaning on those of us in the group for some support and encouragement as you get through a low carb day. Week 1 and 2 are going to be a little bit uncomfortable. Just prepare yourselves for that, but your body's going to transition and eventually you're going to actually love our low carb days. On Wednesday and Thursday, we do what's called a regular macro day. This is where we look at the MyFitnessPal recommendations for us, and we have about 50% of our overall macronutrients are carbohydrates. We have about 20% is protein, and 30% are fit fats or healthy fats. We're also going to do a total body workout or a strength training day on a regular macro day. On Friday, we're going to do a low macro day. This is where we actually consume just a little bit less macros overall, and we're going to rest. So on Friday, we're going to rest. On Saturday, my favorite day of the week, we're going to do a regular macro day with a treat. Because I do not believe in deprivation diets. I'm never going to promote a lifestyle that doesn't include some donuts because mama loves her pastries, mama loves her donuts. So on Saturday, what we're going to do is a very heavy leg day. Really, really important day. Legs are your biggest muscle group. Back is our second biggest muscle group, which we do Thursday. Saturday, we're going to do leg day. We're going to enjoy a treat after that leg workout. And you're going to see that we're all posting about our favorite treats. We're going to enjoy every last bite of that favorite treat. And frankly, it's actually positive to have a treat and to have some carbs right after a heavy lift, because then we're going to be able to replenish our glycogen stores and we're going to develop that lean muscle by having some protein as well after that workout. So it's really fun for us to be able to enjoy that day together. On Sunday, we're going to do another low macro day with a rest. So again, Sunday is a rest day. I want you guys to take that seriously. If you have to switch up days, it's no big deal. Let me know about it. Just kind of say, hey, Amanda, I have a business trip. I'm going to be doing this and that. Can't get my leg day in on Saturday, or I have this wedding on Friday, so I'm just going to do my leg day Friday morning because it works better with my schedule. Just kind of let me know. An important note about workouts. Here's the deal. Workouts are important, but not vital. Now, I've been a trainer for, close to 15 years, which makes me feel and sound old. I love workouts. My workout is my favorite time of the day. And I'm telling you, as a trainer with 15 years of experience, that workouts are important, but they're not vital. If you're coming to the Faster Way to Fat Loss and you haven't worked out in years, or you have an underlying issue or an injury that you're nursing, I want you to focus on nutrition 120%. Now, if this is your second round and for the first round, you just kind of focused on nutrition and now you're ready to really dial it in, let's add in those workouts. But most importantly, I want you to do some movement when possible and practical. I also want you to balance and honor stress and rest. So listen to your body, focus on whole food nutrition. If you're kind of feeling run down or you're just not motivated a certain day for a workout, it might be better to rest. And again, I know that sounds crazy coming from a trainer who loves to, really make people suffer through workouts and grind through workouts, but I want you to honor and balance stress and rest in your life. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to my Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches, and you will see them on our group pages later today as well. I have Emily Copeland, I have Renee Carls, Lindsay Reynolds, Casey, I have Tessa, Vivian, Misty, and also Nicole. These girls are fantastic. They are so passionate about your success. They will be on your group page answering questions a couple times a day. If you have questions, post them anytime you have them. And then my returning clients, myself, or the coaches at some point will get to that question through the day. So if you don't see an answer immediately, just know that it is going to be coming. Please don't message my coaches on Facebook. I prefer that you post the question right there within the group. The reason I prefer this is because if you have a question, chances are 3 other people in your same group have that similar question. So if you're just doing a lot of messages behind the scenes, it's not as beneficial to the group as a whole. I don't personally answer Facebook messages. I also don't check my Instagram messages. So if you want to get my attention, it's best just kind of comment right there in the Facebook group page, or even comment on Instagram and engage with me there on Instagram is fine as well. All right, couple things. I want you to take your before pictures and measurements now. Do not wait until next week. Take those before pictures now. I'd probably take them in like a sports bra or a bathing suit. Most of you are like, oh my gosh, I would never post my before pictures online ever. That might change, because you might say, oh my gosh, 6 weeks from now, I've seen so much progress that I just want everyone to know about this program. And I am going to put myself out there and post my before and after picture. This happens all the time where girls are like, you know what, I never in a million years did I think I would ever post my before picture, but I'm so glad I had on a sports bra and a bathing suit bottom instead of just my underwear or nothing. I've had a few people in the past like literally just took nude pictures of themselves and they're like, shoot, because I would have posted that, if I had some clothes. So let's go ahead and take your before pictures today. Do not wait, and take your measurements today. Really, really important. This week, you're welcome to look at the list of approved foods and really focus on that list of whole foods. We're going to do gluten-free, dairy-free through the Faster Weight Fat Loss. Okay, gluten-free, dairy-free. We are focused on foods that come from the ground or have a mother. Those are the best foods to fuel your body. Those are the foods that God created to fuel your body. Couple quick reminders for you. Please do not hop on the scale after today. So if you choose to hop on the scale because you're just really curious, completely fine, but you are not to hop on the scale after today. In fact, we don't even do an end of program weigh-in because it's simply not necessary. I actually recently had a gal, I think yesterday or the day before, she emailed me. She's like, you wouldn't believe my before and after pictures. She's like, I lost 11 inches. I'm feeling fantastic. Non-scale victories all over the place. She said, I'm the exact same weight. I'm the exact same weight because I've, developed. That's a very, very common story for my clients, is that they literally are the same weight, or they just lose a couple pounds, but our focus is fat loss. It's not weight loss. So no need to hop on the scale. If you email me or post on the Facebook group 2 weeks from now and you say, Amanda, I'm more energized, I'm stronger, I'm looking leaner, but I've only lost 2 pounds. What am I doing wrong? If you post that on our page, or if you send me an email like that, I'm throwing you out of the program. You have been warned. We just don't need the scale. Smash your scale. I'm going to do a whole smash the scale campaign, because the scale, that number is just not important. All right. Couple other things. I want you to keep me updated daily with your macro screenshots. You're going to do a screenshot right there from within MyFitnessPal. You're going to post it on our Facebook accountability page. This is so that I can ensure you're eating enough. This is so my coaches can ensure that you're eating enough. So really, really important that you do that. And again, stay positive. I'm so excited to have you. And please know, we've had thousands of women see amazing results through the program. You will not gain weight on my program. I have people all the time that say, Amanda, I'm eating more than I ever have. There's no way I'm not going to gain weight on this program. 4 weeks in, Amanda, you wouldn't believe it. The fat's melting off. I had to buy all new clothes. I can't believe it. I'm like, I can believe it because I created this program. It's called the Fast Way to Fat Loss. It's not called the Fast Way to Weight Gain. So yes, I'm very excited for you guys to be in the program. Trust the process. Have fun. We're going to have a great time. All right. I am going to answer your questions. So Brandon, I'm going to kind of scroll down and look at different questions.
Yeah, one of the big ones, do they need to work out fasted? Or...
Okay, good question. So do you need to work out fasted? Here's the deal. If you prefer working out in the morning, work out fasted. That's perfect. I usually work out in the morning on leg day, so I am totally fasted, and then I will have my meal, my breakfast meal after leg day. But usually I actually am having to work out in the afternoon simply because it's better for my schedule. I'm up in the morning, I'm checking on you guys on the Facebook pages, I'm doing quite a bit of work, I'm getting the baby, nursed, I'm getting the kids out the door. So I don't usually work out in the morning besides Saturday. So I'll break my fast at noon today, and then I'll work out at like 3. I have like a little group of guys at the gym who I kind of put through workouts just to test them. I like test it on these guys, and I program them for you, which is kind of fun. So that's what I do, and that's totally fine if that's your situation. This program is meant to be a lifestyle, so just make sure that it works for you and your schedule. Ideally, you're working out in the morning, you're working out fasted, which is going to be awesome for fat loss. But if not, do what I do, break your fast, and then do your workout after that. Totally fine.
Another one, can I keep doing CrossFit, Orange Theory, Bar?
Bar, yes. Okay, good.
I don't do that.
Bar. Good question. So here's the deal. Many of you have come to me and you've been doing your CrossFit workouts or your Orange Theory, or you've been training for a half marathon, and you join the Fast Way to Fat Loss because what you're currently doing is not working. Here's the deal. I know that what I present to you is the very best programming in the market, period. I know it's extremely effective. Maybe try it my way for a couple weeks. Maybe give it till like week 2, day 3, and see if that fat's just melting right off. And if so, let's keep doing what we're doing and maybe add CrossFit workouts just for the social element, in addition, or go to Orange Theory just for the fun of it on a regular macro day, but don't double it up. But again, maybe just kind of try it my way, because I know my way works, and what you're currently doing isn't working, which is why you join them. Just saying. But I never want to take people away from their Group X classes or their spin classes. I love spinning. I spin probably 5 days a week. I love working out with other people as well. So I try to incorporate those things. I'll just kind of like replace a certain workout on a certain day if applicable. But again, yes, you can continue doing that, but maybe just try it my way for a bit, because we know it works extremely well. And then we can kind of slowly start incorporating some of those other things later.
Can I change the time frame of what I need if I
Absolutely. Okay, so here's the question. The question is, can I move my feeding window? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, some of you might prefer to do your feeding window a little earlier in the day, maybe even break your fast at 7 a.m., per usual when you have your breakfast meal, and then eat for 8 hours. Some of you work night shift, and because of that, we have to kind of switch things up. One of my good friends works night shift, and she's been doing a phenomenal job in the program, but we just kind of switch things up on a regular basis, just depending on her schedule, her calendar. Most of you will prefer to break your fast or have that breakfast meal around noon, which is great as well. And again, that's what I do. That works really well for most of my clients. But if you have to switch it up, it's no big deal. And thank you for asking.
Couple on, can I have almond milk, creamer / bulletproof coffee in the morning?
Yep. So, and here's Brandon. So you guys can see him because you're like, who's this person talking to him? Okay. So can I have creamer, almond milk, et cetera, et cetera? So I would say if we can keep it under 50 calories in the morning, that is the ideal. This isn't a scientific or technical suggestion. It's just that I say, hey, let's keep it under 50 calories. Because if we're in that 50 to 100 calorie range, we're probably breaking the fast. So let's keep, under 50 calories of almond creamer or whatever the case may be. Just know that most like almond milk creamer, it doesn't even really have almonds in it. Let's look at the ingredients. Let's make sure that we're not having foods or beverages that are highly processed. I personally love Nespresso. I have black coffee every morning, but it's Nespresso coffee. It's freaking fantastic. I've sold more Nespresso machines than Nespresso themselves on Instagram this year because I talk about it like every single day. It's so good. But focus on water. Most of us are dehydrated. And when we wake up in the morning, we feel hungry, but it's actually just that feeling of dehydration. It's that same signal that tells us we're hungry, it tells us we're thirsty. So drink a full glass of room temperature water is going to be really beneficial. The black coffee, I had even a little bit of bone broth this morning because I have a bit of a scratchy throat. Totally fine, but I just kept it under 50 calories. Great question. What other questions, Brandon?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Okay. Don't drink Diet Coke. So here, I'm just going to bring them all. Diet Coke, alcohol, whatever you're wondering about. Wine, vodka. Actually, let's not hate on vodka, but wine. Vodka is my drink of choice. No, here's the deal. Diet Coke is absolutely something that we need to eliminate. If you are having artificial sweeteners or you're having wine on a consistent basis, you're literally telling your body to stop burning fat. I want you to be successful. I want you to have a good experience in my program, but I want you to save those things for our leg day. Let's save it for our leg day treat. And anything that you feel you're addicted to, we probably need to eliminate. Even if you're like, Amanda, I'm having 5 glasses or 5 cups of coffee a day, we need to limit the coffee too. Let's get down to 1 cup. I do 1 cup of coffee in the morning. It's because I'm raising a newborn. Like, let's be clear, mama needs a little bit of coffee. But anything that you feel you're addicted to, like that glass of wine every single day, or maybe there's other problems in our lives that we need to solve if that's the case. And we can talk about that offsite, you know, but again, I want you to kind of eliminate those Diet Cokes. I've had clients who say, I'm going to do the fast way to fat loss and I'm still going to have my daily glass of wine, or I'm going to do it and I'm still going to have my Diet Coke. And they do okay, but they don't do great. And I actually had a group through the holidays, a group of bloggers actually. There's like 85 bloggers in one group together. And they're like, we're still going to do our wine. And by the end of the program, they're like, okay, we feel so much better and we're so happy, but let's all repeat together after January 1st and let's do it without wine. So it's funny, this whole big group of 85 people, they're like, we're going to do the program again without wine. And let me tell you, the results that these people had were unbelievable without the wine and the Diet Coke and the whatever, you know, else may be. So, and also too, I talk about this a lot, but a lot of clients will say like, man, I need a specific meal plan, or I need this, or I need that. And I hate chicken and I don't eat broccoli and I'm upset because I, you know, don't want to do a back workout. And here's the deal. We need to be focusing on the right things. We need to focus on the fact that this program is going to help you be more energized and get stronger so that you can fulfill your purpose and be a better, more patient, energized, and happy mom, and be a fantastic coworker and be a wonderful friend. Let's focus on that. I've seen transformations. I've watched this program literally save lives, save relationships, just really positively impact people, but we've got to come at it with the right mindset. Don't come at it with the mindset of, well, she said I can't have Diet Coke, so I'm just going to ask for a refund. Like, that's just not the right mindset. Let's be ready to say, hey, we're going to make a change. We want to be the very best version of ourselves possible so that we can make a massive positive impact in the world. Other questions?
Questions about macros and MyFitnessPal, but you're going to post more about that later?
Yep. So I'll do a training regarding MyFitnessPal later this week. So hang tight on the MyFitnessPal questions. Feel free to watch the video that is linked in the comprehensive program guide. If you go to fasterwaytofatloss.com/CPG, you'll see that comprehensive program guide, which is also linked in the prep week materials within the portal. But be sure that you're looking at the different videos that I've linked there as well. Other questions?
Nursing moms?
Nursing moms. Okay, great. I'm glad that you guys brought that up. Let me know how many nursing moms we have here. So I am breastfeeding Miss Lily, and she is 6 months old and has 0 interest in food. So it looks like still not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in regard to exclusively breastfeeding. In fact, I need to go pump like right after we get off. So here's the deal with breastfeeding. You're going to see amazing results even if you're breastfeeding. And some of you have had babies in the past and you weren't able to burn fat while breastfeeding. That's going to change. You're going to have awesome results even when you're breastfeeding through this program. You might bump up to about 100 grams of carbs on our low carb macro day. You do not have to do a low macro day on Friday and Sunday. You could just do regular macros. But I have been really pushing it with how long I'm fasting, and I haven't had any negative supply issues. In fact, most of my breastfeeding clients are like, Mina, I'm eating more whole foods than ever. I'm drinking more water than ever. I've had an incredible supply through the Fast Way to Fat Loss. Biggest thing, if my supply dips even a little bit, even an ounce, I notice it's because I'm dehydrated or I'm like way too busy. I'm not, I want you to stay hydrated. On our cruise, I fasted all day until dinner.
Yeah.
Had dinner, had all my macros at dinner time, enjoyed every last bite of it. And no supply issues at all.
Yeah.
So you really shouldn't have any supply issues if you're eating enough of the right macros and micronutrients during your feeding window. So really good question.
Notice that right away if your supply changes, right?
I notice it right away. Yeah. Lily tells me right away, but it's, again, usually because I am dehydrated. So that's anytime I've noticed it. Yep. Yeah. Other common questions?
Should I have my supplements, multivitamin stuff when I'm fasted? Also, what do you recommend?
That's a great question. So in regard to supplements, I'd probably have your supplements when you break your fast, just because some supplements will say to, consume with food or whatever the case may be. I have my supplements after I break my fast. I personally am on a great probiotic. I use Just Thrive probiotic. We do a coupon code for you if you would like to try Just Thrive probiotic. That's really important for gut health. If you have leaky gut, you're going to have some major issues like food sensitivities, bloating. You're not going to be able to burn fat as effectively. So everyone should be on a good probiotic. I personally take vitamin B complex, B12 complex, I believe it is. Everyone should probably be on a multi. That's going to be really good. It is sometimes difficult to get in your micronutrients during your feeding window. So I also take Juice Plus. That's not an endorsement for Juice Plus. I don't sell it, but I take it. I've been really happy with Juice Plus in regard to the micronutrients. And if you have enough micronutrients in your body, then you're not going to crave junk food in the afternoon. That's really the key, is that you have enough micronutrients and enough macros as well. Yeah. Other common questions, and then we have to hop off in like a couple.
Round 2 people.
Yes.
What are they changing? Same workouts?
Yes. Yep.
What?
Okay. Really great question. So if this is your second round, we have brand new workouts. So you can look forward to those brand new workouts. We also have a packet coming for you with some different tips in regard to how to switch up those macros, because it's not a question of if, it's a question of when and how you will need to switch up the macros. Most of you need to bump up. We actually just had a gal in VIP over the weekend. She posted, she's like, listen, I was in a plateau. I've been in, I did a second round, then I did VIP. I was in a plateau and I bumped up my macros, didn't see changes, bumped them up again. And finally the fat was melting off again. She's like, because I was consuming enough of the right macros. We don't want our bodies to be in starvation mode. We want to have enough of the right macros. We want to have enough carbs to rev up thyroid function. Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are not the devil. We're going to cycle our carbs and be strategic with carbs, but we're going to consume clean carbs as well. Okay, guys, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and hop off, but my Fast Way to Fat Loss certified coaches will be on the page answering your questions all day long. Check your email, because we are going to send you an email with the link to your smaller Facebook accountability page. I am so excited to work with you. You're going to do a fantastic job through prep week and through the 6-week Fast Way to Fat Loss program. I love you, ladies. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.